5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Web Boxing 101. How you doing, fight fans? Hope you guys are having a beautiful Thursday on podcast number 23. And like always, we are coming to you by way of the installations of Warriors Edge Boxing Gym and Promotions. And I'm going to tell you one thing, folks. It's a podcast, first of its kind, live streaming inside an actual boxing gym. Transmitting where kids are training, legends train, future Hall of Famers, and future Olympians, starstruck individuals, hard-hitting punching. And I'll tell you one thing, speaking of starstruck, Olympian, prospect, legend, Hall of Famer, I'm going to tell you, we got one here tonight. We got one here tonight. And as always, is as raw as it gets. You'll hear that boxing bell in the background. And guys, we got a big show for you. It makes a tremendous show because we're going to kick it into August here. Coming up in August, we got some big shows. You know what I'm excited about? We got in August, let me tell you who we got on the show coming up. Devon Alexander. Is that cool, man? He's going to be on the show here coming up in mid-August, confirming the date. That's going to be awesome. But you know what? To kick off that champion we're going to have today, the pride of Las Cruces, the Las Cruces national champion, Ariana Carrasco, will be on the show tonight. Ariana, welcome to the show, Mia.
Hi.
How you doing today?
Good.
Yeah? Well, welcome to Warriors Edge. And it's an honor to have you here today, okay? And just relax. You're going to do great. Man, I saw you just do some great stuff up on the ring. Man, everybody just stopped what they were doing, and they were looking at you. Man, you got some skills, man. And it's, like I said, it's an honor to have you. It's an honor to have your dad here. Renee, how are you, sir? Welcome to the show.
How are you?
Good. We're doing good. Folks, just don't forget to please comment on our live chat, and there we can establish dialogue. Go to YouTube. On the search box, go Webboxing 101, subscribe, and we have recorded podcasts from the WBC or Mr. Ray Mancera. Hey, we've had the WWE Sin Cara on the show, so if you want to record, if you want to go to past podcasts, go ahead. It's great to see you back and to listen to stuff. Tonight's podcast is being sponsored by Henry Holguin Realty, specializing in residential, new VA, fixer-uppers, commercial real estate, and leasing. You better call Henry at 630-3122. Also, Charlie Williams Landscaping. Mr. Williams will be at your service, 915-740-9360, for all your residential landscaping needs. And Premier Uniforms and Tactical Gear. For all your uniforms, contact Hector at 915-771-660. Go visit them on Montana for all your medical, industrial, and office wear at 4121 Montana. We'll be talking about our sponsors as well. Folks, we got a big show, like I said. And like always, we're going to kick it off with talking about the boxing show. The boxing news. What's making boxing headlines right now? Well, folks, I'm going to tell you, before we even start the show, I'm going to tell you that we got to start our show on a sad note, right? On a very sad note. Hall of Famer boxer Pernell Whitaker was hit by a car and died. Pernell Whitaker, a longtime pound-for-pound king and one of the greatest boxers in history, was killed Sunday night when he was hit by a car in Virginia Beach. Right, he was 55 years old. Ariana, do you know who Pernell Whitaker is?
Yes.
Yeah. And did your dad ever talk about Pernell Whitaker?
Not really.
How do you know who he is then?
When I went to the Olympic Training Center, of course, he's the alumni. So.
Wow, you went to the Olympic Training Center. We'll talk about that, right? Mm-hmm. So, when you went to the Olympic Training Center, do you see Pernell Whitaker on the wall that they have him there? Wow, okay. Well, the Virginia Beach Police Department said that the incident remains an active investigation. Pretty sad, huh? But Whitaker was apparently hit by a vehicle at around 10 p.m. What a sad way to go, man. He was born in 1964 in Norfolk, Virginia. Come on, Tree. Again, American professional boxer, world lightweight at 135 pounds, junior welterweight at 140 pounds, and welterweight at 147 pounds and 154 at junior middleweight. And he was a champion in the early 90s, 1980s and 90s. And again, on a sad note, it is sad, right?
Yeah.
Whitaker was a left-handed boxer. Are you a left-handed boxer?
No, I'm orthodox.
Oh, you're orthodox, right? Who excelled at the defensive aspect of the sport. He had a stellar amateur boxing career as a lightweight. He won the U.S. Golden Gloves and a silver medal in the World Boxing Championships in 1982. The gold medal at the Pan American Sports Game in 1983. And the gold medal at the Olympic Games in 1984. Whitaker won his first professional fight on November 15, 1984, as well as his next 10 fights before getting a title shot. Whitaker won a 12-round decision, and it goes on, and he fought the likes of big shots, right? Whitaker moved up in weight a long time ago, and again, he fought, he was winning the WBC welterweight 12-round decision over Buddy McGirt. Do you know who Buddy McGirt was? No. Renee, do you know who Buddy McGirt was? Who was Buddy McGirt? Tell us who was Buddy McGirt.
Great trainer. That's what I know him as. Great trainer.
Great trainer.
You know, definitely trained a bunch of good champions. So, you know, he's definitely belongs in the Hall of Fame for sure.
Definitely belongs in the Hall of Fame. He was also the trainer of one of my favorite boxers, Arturo Gatti. The late Arturo Gatti, man. A side way to go, huh, Renee?
Another one. They went too early.
Too early, man. On March 4, 1995, Whitaker once again moved up in weight class, winning the WBA junior middleweight, also known as the super welterweight. That's a lot of belts. Title with a 12-round decision over Julio Cesar Vasquez of Argentina. Whitaker soon abandoned the title, favoring defending his welterweight title, which he finally lost in April, right, to Oscar de la Hoya. Whitaker next won a 10-round decision over Andrei Pastriv of Russia. And that was in 1997. After Whitaker tested positive for cocaine immediately following the fight, the result was a no contest. Whitaker had one more fight on February 20, 1999. He challenged Puerto Rican Felix Trinidad for the IBF welterweight. Whitaker finished his professional career with 40 wins. 40 wins, 17 by knockouts, 4 losses, 1 draw, and 1 no contest. He was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2007 on a 12-round decision in 1992. What a great loss, huh?
A big loss.
Big champion. He enlightened us when I would see the videos, and he was good. Who do you think you compare Pernell Whitaker to?
Right now, he was quick and slick, so it's kind of rough.
He was quick and slick. I like
Quick
that.
and slick, man. So, you know, it just great head movement, great waist movement. So it's hard to say. Kind
Yeah.
of like his own guy, you know.
Exactly. You can move the chair a little closer. Exactly. Well, folks, we lost a great champion, Pernell Whitaker, dead, 55. I mean, it was pretty sad to see that as well. When we lose a great champion like that. Well, it's big fight weekend, folks. On another note, Pacquiao Thurman had their final press conference. You gonna watch that fight, Ariana?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Who do you think is gonna win?
It's hard to say for me.
Man, your dad looking at you pretty bad.
Because
I already talked to you.
Thurman and
He looks for what?
I think Thurman's got it, man.
He thinks Thurman got it. Who do you like, Miha?
I like Pacquiao also.
Pacquiao? Wow, future. And you think Pacquiao's gonna knock him out? No. Future Hall of Famer Manny Pacquiao, an unbeaten WBA welterweight world champion Keith One-Type Thurman will face-to-face Wednesday. They face face-to-face Wednesday. That was their final press conference because they're going to be on pay-per-view showdown from the MGM Garden in Las Vegas, Nevada. Right? Keith Thurman says Manny isn't going to do anything with the little T-Rex arms. I think Thurman keeps insulting him, and I don't think that's right. But that's boxing, right?
Yeah, it is.
The
But you know, they've kept it pretty much kind of clean. You know?
They kept. I don't think Thurman's kept it too clean, right? Thurman said the T-Rex arms. He's about to get beat up. That's what Thurman said, right? I get to punch a senator in the face. Wow, and he's going to feel it. If he's upset about it, he can do something about it Saturday night. It's called swing, 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 baby, and that's what Thurman had to say. Right? Manny Pacquiao Manny was just smiling. No matter what Keith says, it's easy to say things, but it's not easy to do it in the ring. I've been in the sport longer than Keith, so my experience will be the difference, and we'll see about that if Manny Pacquiao does that exactly what he's saying he's going to do. Right? It is going to be an exciting fight, and for Pacquiao, he said it's nothing personal. It's just business as usual. I think Thurman is a little bit more hungrier, and he wants this more hungrier. And I think a little bit, Renee, and I might be wrong. I mean, obviously you know more boxing than me, you guys, but I think it's an insecurity of a fighter because he just wants to get into the fighter's head. It gives him a little bit of the advantage, but I think they're talking to the wrong guy. Pacquiao's been in so many wars, man.
He's been around
You
a
know,
long time.
and I mean, Pacquiao said, "I'm just smiling," and like always, Pacquiao respects his opponents, right? He wants to he respects his opponent, and he wants to give the fight fans a great fight, right? Thurman says, "I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm looking forward to the final moment when my hand is raised." Wow. It's been a build-up and a progression my whole career toward this moment on Saturday night, and it has. Keith Thurman had a year layoff because of an injury. The last fight, he didn't look too good. But me and you were talking about it before we started the podcast, is that, hey, man, it's normal to be rusty.
Sure.
Right? He said, Manny's not going to do anything. I'm the winner in life. It's an honor to be here at MGM. I'm truly looking forward to this fight. We had a terrific training camp. And tomorrow, folks, you can see the weigh-in. Tomorrow's the official weigh-in from the MGM Grand. He says it over and over, guys. Don't be surprised. I'm going to beat Manny Pacquiao. So it's a big fight weekend in Las Vegas, ready to go, folks. I think I'm going to give the advantage to Manny Pacquiao, just because I want to see him go as a winner, the senator, and he'll be crowned and he'll take Keith Thurman's belt. We'll see about that. I know in the last week's podcast we talked about what is up for Manny Pacquiao. We even talked about Earl Spence against Manny Pacquiao. I don't know about that, folks. There was rumors this week, and those rumors were quelled today by Manny Pacquiao. Amir Khan wanted to fight him. Really? DJ, if you're listening out there, and I know you just commented, Amir Khan? You gotta be kidding me. Amir Khan. We had DJ last week on the show. As you all know, DJ, he's a good friend of mine. We started the Clash of the Titans together. We brought Mikey Garcia, thanks to him. But folks, Amir Khan, DJ, is not Mikey Garcia. Boom, I said it. He quit. I'm sorry, I said it. Whatever. I don't think he should even get a chance to fight Manny Pacquiao. I know you're going to be mad at me, DJ, and I know you're watching, but oh well. Here it is. Folks, we are going live on Web Boxing Podcast as we speak now. So if you guys want to comment on that, Ariana is live. You want to say hi to them, Ariana? You're live right now.
Hi.
She's on the barber's chair. You can see it's a barber's chair. All right. Making other headlines before we get to you. Golden Boy, and this, I have a problem with this, Renee. Golden Boy has, well, let me stop there. As before, 16 de septiembre. Yes, the Mexican Independence weekend was for fight fans. Julio Cesar Chavez. He always fought. That was his. Mayweather got it one of the times. Then he came out with his sombreros. Well, Canelo wanted to do the same thing. So guess what? Golden Boy postpones Canelo fight. Golden Boy and Canelo Alvarez have made the strategic decision to postpone the typical September fight. According to Golden Boy, the decision was made in the effort to secure the right opponent. They want to do the right opponent. And you know what, folks? We've talked about it. There was Sergey Kovalev. They've offered Sergey Kovalev $5 million. He did not take it. Oh, wow. That's what we heard. So Canelo moved on to the next one. Canelo wanted they were talking about Jaime Munguia. That kid is too big. Maybe he's not ready for Canelo.
He's too green.
He's too green. That's what Renee said. And then they were talking about Dramitis Andrade. What do you think of Dramitis Andrade?
That's pretty good. That's a good matchup.
Yeah, Renee says that's a great matchup. I don't know. I mean, and then that didn't go through. And then the other fighter that was there out there was Caleb Smith. Caleb Smith is a huge fighter, and I think he's the one that's going to give Canelo a run for this money. But again, guys, according to Golden Boy, not the right opponent, and to do justice to the level of promotion required for this magnitude fight, whatever. Though Canelo typically fights in May and September, it's not without precedence to fight later in the year, as Canelo did fight in December at Madison Square Garden. Canelo's next fight will now take place later in 2019. Yeah, folks, I'm sorry. That comes out of the Fight News 24-7. That's the source where we got it from. Ariana, what do you think of Canelo?
I think he's a great fighter. He's one of my favorite fighters.
Really? What do you like about Canelo?
His head movement, his waist movement. He's just very patient in the ring, and really focuses on what he does and to make it perfect.
He's real patient. Can you tell me something about patience?
It's one thing you need in the ring.
Okay, well, tell me about it.
If you have someone who wants to frustrate you and get in your mind, why would you want to play into that game?
So patience is crucial in a boxer's life.
I think so.
Up in the ring, it's patient, taking your time. How do you control that? How are you able to control that discipline, man? How old are you?
15.
Man, and how do you control that type of discipline?
I just know what I want to do, and when I see people trying to bait me in and frustrate me, I just take a step back and remind myself that that's not what I want to do. I want to do my plan.
Yeah. So, do you train to be patient?
Yeah.
Is there something that you train to do patient? Is it something that you get in, your coach gets into your mind, or is that just something that comes natural as you progress and you get better?
Something that becomes natural as I progress.
Oh, okay. Wow. So, so you like him because he's patient, like Canelo, right? Wow. As a Mexican, going back to the article, it's a responsibility and an honor to represent my country in both May and September. Those are my dates. That's what Canelo said. However, as a world champion in multiple weight classes, I also have the responsibility of doing the most exciting and competitive fights possible. I think the guys were still there. Even the Charlo brothers are there, Renee. But I guess they didn't make it, man. So we're not going to see those fights. And again, the fight fans lose. Interesting topic, Renee and Ariana. We've talked before in past podcasts that the fighters, that boxing is taking a backseat to big MMA fights, right? Because of the multiple of belts that we have, sanctioning belts. I mean, hell, did you hear that there's a franchise belt now for Canelo? And you're like, what is that? Is it all politics?
I think so.
You think so, Renee?
I think there should be the way it was before: one belt, one champion.
So, do you think that boxing is taking a backseat to the MMA world?
No, a little bit, not too much.
You know, I had a friend of mine tell me this week that when I asked him this week, "Are you going to see the fight?" And he told me, "Who's fighting what?" Really? It's not as before as, "Hey, you're going to see the Rafael Marquez Israel Vázquez fight?" Yeah, we're going to get together at my dad's house. It was huge. Now it's not that big. Why? Politics. Too many belts. That franchise hurts the business, right?
It does.
You know what? If I was the WBC guy or whatever, a WBO, I would give that franchise belt. Come over to my house. We'll have a party in an honor to us. Here it is, Canelo. But don't show it out to the world, because that just dictates that. What is that? Is that another invented belt?
The word undisputed kind of got thrown back now.
Right.
Because of that.
Right.
Before it was undisputed, you were the main.
Yeah, that's it.
You were the head.
There was one guy.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Renee said then the word undisputed just got taken back. Now there's a silver, there's an interim, there's a golden, there's all kinds of belts. So he said again, multiple weight classes. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what opponent's possible. The fight fan loses again, and we'll chalk that one up on the board again as, man, I wanted to see Canelo fight in September. Renee, what do you think about who could take that weekend? What do you think, Mexican fighter that you like?
I don't know. I like Teofimo. I think
Teofimo Lopez fights tomorrow.
Right.
He fights tomorrow.
He's who I got on my radar. So I think he deserves it. He's come up pretty well. It's hard. There's a few other ones out there. I mean, it doesn't have to be Canelo. Well, anymore.
Teofimo Lopez is still kind of young, but if he wins this week, and he's probably got another fight. If he fights this weekend and he has another fight, we're gonna have him fighting Vasily Lomachenko. So that's might be on the chopping blocks for both of them. That's coming up as well. So we'll see about that, right? So
that'd be a great fight.
Yeah. How about Mikey Garcia?
I think it'd be okay.
Yeah.
It'd be all right.
Okay.
Hey, he's stepping up to take fights nobody wants to take.
Yeah, so. he stepped up to Errol Spence, and
right.
I mean it was a killing, but he stepped up. I mean it was not an exciting fight, but he stepped up, and so we want to see the Mexican. I just kind of feel bad that Canelo didn't take the fight this.
Well, yeah, that's what you look forward to in September.
Of course, a Canelo. All right, well, folks, that's what's making news, man. And then also in the National Junior Olympics just concluded in Wisconsin. 36 boxers were able to add another national title to their resume. The finals consisted of one final Pee Wee male championships, all the youth and male, junior male, and female finals. At the conclusion of the event, San Antonio's Richard Fernandez and Las Cruces, New Mexico, Ariana Carrasco were named the most outstanding junior boxers of the tournament in Wisconsin. Can you believe that, folks? All the way from Wisconsin, and she's representing our city, our border town, our people, our gente. What a great honor, man. And that's why we brought her to the show, because it's an honor, man, to have you. Ariana, mija, welcome to the show again. To start off, who's your favorite fighter, pro fighter?
Michaela Meyer.
And who's Michaela Myers? Tell everybody.
She's an Olympian. I think she was a silver medalist. She's ranked the top rank, one of the first female boxers.
Wow.
Signed with top rank. And she's kind of like me, just long and technical, and that's what I like.
So Michaela Myers is a pro female fighter with top rank. I've never seen her fight. Does she fight as much?
I think she's got like 11 or 12 fights.
Like,
okay.
Very
13.
coming up, but she's good.
She's good.
She's going to be a world champion.
Have you heard of Katie Taylor?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's my favorite.
That's my favorite fighter
That's
too.
where we bang heads right there.
Oh, that's my favorite fighter. Well, we both know right now that our favorite fighter is our local girl, Jennifer Hahn. But in other worlds out of the border town, Katie Taylor's my favorite fighter. On the undercard of the Reese Joshua fight, Katie Taylor won a close fight. And not to be mean, but I thought that
could have gone either way, but I saw it. I'm with you. It could have gone. The other girl could have won.
And you know what? You know what it was?
I think she outworked her.
And you know what it was? I think that the other girl was hungrier because her full-time job is being a police officer. And I'm not being biased because I'm in law enforcement, but I was going for Katie Taylor. I love Katie Taylor. You know what I call her? The female, the Triple G female fighter. Moves forward, very good fighter, and she unified the division. She has all the belts, right?
It fits.
Wow. What do you think of Clarissa Shields?
Crazy power, she's hungry too. Yeah.
She's a beast, right?
She's a beast.
So and then you know what? Of course, I know what you're gonna respond on this next question I'm gonna ask you. What do you think of females now showcasing, being the top co-main events in big cards? Now on TV, Showtime, DAZN.
I think that's awesome because, especially since it's a male-dominated sport.
Yeah, great.
And they're breaking barriers for us.
For you.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know that DAZN. You know, folks. One thing, if you don't know about DAZN, that streaming thing on the live streaming, when you get Showtime pay-per-view fights, you pay whatever the fee is, and you see how many fights do you see? 4, 5 fights. When you get DAZN, you see everything. DAZN starts at 5 in the afternoon, doesn't end until 10. You see all the fights, and you see upcoming females, and that's when I see them like 4-rounders, 6-rounders that normally on a pay-per-view card on Showtime or even HBO. Even though I love HBO, you will never see.
Right.
So I think that's good also for DAZN to do that, right?
It gives you a chance to see the up and coming.
Of course.
You normally don't.
Exactly.
You don't get. You're like, who? At least
Exactly.
you can put a face to the name.
Exactly. And the girl fighters are very exciting to watch. They bring it,
They're
folks.
putting on the show now.
Yeah, they're putting on a show. We named some big ones, right? All those 3 that we named, right? Well, so tell us, Ariana, what school are you from, man? Where are you from?
I'm from Las Cruces, New Mexico.
You want to give a shout out to anybody right now over there?
My mom. My mom, Amy Borunda.
Is she watching? Is she?
She
Maybe.
better be.
I don't have her on live yet, but you want? Who else you want to give a shout out to?
Just my family.
Yeah, your gym.
House of Pain Boxing Gym.
Yeah. Anybody else in boxing? Besides your main sponsor, your main supporter, your coach,
Punching bag.
your punching bag, your dad, Mr. Rene. Rene, always a pleasure to have you, sir.
Thank you.
Good
Thanks
to
for
see
having
you.
us.
You got it, my
For
friend.
having us.
So what school do you go to, Mihan? What grade are you in?
I'm a sophomore now. I go to Oñate High School.
You go to Oñate High School. You're a sophomore. Wow. And what do you do in school? Do you play any other sports but boxing? Because you can't play boxing. We know that.
Yeah. No, I just really put my time into boxing.
Really? You don't have no extracurricular activities in high school? Like, and I don't mean sports, anything else. Like, no, the yearbook club, ROTC.
Nothing
No?
like that.
Well, I'm going to ask you some questions. Maybe your dad's not going to agree with me, but I would have messed with your dad. He's a big guy, man. What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to get.
Obviously, we know it's a boxer, and we want to see you there. Don't forget us, yeah? Say it when you're in the Olympics, you get that gold medal, and they're raising the flag. Just say, hey, Warriors. Besides boxing, I mean, what do you like? I mean, anything that inspires you, maybe?
The medical field. I want
Wow.
either an orthopedic surgeon,
Wow.
which deals with like your joints, your bones, everything, or a physical therapist. Because I use my body all the time. I put it under a lot of stress, and I know other people do too. So I want to help people.
And what a great, what you'll be a great fit because you know you're a boxer. You got to take care of your hands, bones. So maybe something in the lines of sports medicine.
Yeah.
Good. Get closer. Good. And that's a great field, right, Dad?
Right.
Great field. So you always want to have a backup plan, right?
Yeah.
To go to school. Well, great. Anything else you do at school? No.
No.
Hang out with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go watch the football games. Do people know who you are?
Some. Maybe like most of my friends and
Yeah.
some other people who like see me sometimes like around.
And they're like, well, don't mess with her, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did the teachers support? Did they know who you are too?
Yes, especially when I have to get work and everything, they really support me on that.
Wow, that's good. That's good that they support you, right?
Yeah.
Besides boxing, do you have any hobbies, other interests?
This is weird sometimes for like people, but like I read a lot and
You like to read. What kind of novels do you like to read?
just everything, anything, really.
So you read books.
Yeah.
And I think, it's funny, but you mentioned patience is the key in boxing. I think reading a book helps you relax
Yeah.
and just read a book. How many kids do you know that read books?
I don't. That's the whole thing.
You don't get a book. You go to the library and get a book and read a good book, right? Do you like movies?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's watching Netflix or something.
So when you go to the theaters, do you get popcorn? It's okay. You can tell us.
Yeah.
Oh, your dad's looking at you
I
funny.
borrow some from my mom. My mom gets it and I borrow some.
Yeah, your dad was looking at you funny, man. You're trained.
I was waiting for her to
He's
drop
like-
dimes on herself.
Give me the side eye.
Wow. Okay. So, real important here. How do you balance school with boxing? And folks, let me tell you something about Ariana. Man, Ariana is getting ready to go to the Olympic trials, and she's going to go to Poland. Poland is for what?
The Sicilian.
Is it a tournament?
It's not trials. It's a junior tournament that
It's
they're having.
it's a junior tournament,
Right.
but this has to do with just her being out there with
Right. Yeah, with the junior team.
from the USA.
Yeah, trials is a whole separate deal. So
Yeah. And they're mostly for elite boxers.
for elite boxers. So you're going to go to Poland, folks. Ariana's going. This little boxer, this little girl's going to go to Poland, guys. Represent this fighter from Las Cruces, New Mexico, is going to go all the way to Poland, and I'm pretty sure before Poland, go to Colorado, probably meet other fighters, pro fighters there. So how do you balance school with boxing?
It's really tough. Some teachers don't have all the work that I need for that week that I'm gone.
Okay.
So I really have to work harder sometimes, like work twice as hard to catch up on work and also do the current work that they have at school.
Because obviously, folks, if you know a little bit about boxing, it takes a lot of dedication to be in the sport. People do not understand. And talking to Rene right now, and I won't give no secrets out, talking about his diet that he has for you. You know, a 15-year-old kid is going to want hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
You see, we got hot Cheetos for you. We you know, he's going to want hot Cheetos. He's going to, I mean, of course, right?
Yeah.
So it's real hard. But you know what? I've never seen, you're so dedicated. You're so disciplined. You don't even like a 15-year-old. So, I mean, and I attribute to your dad and your parents, man. That's great, man. But, so it's hard, right, to balance school and boxing.
Yeah.
It's just hard, right? Do you take a day off when you're not gonna, because right now you're getting ready, but when you're not getting ready for a fight, is there a day off in your life when you can actually indulge in hot Cheetos? I don't know, whatever. What's your favorite food?
I'm not a picky eater, so like anything that's
Anything.
in front of me.
So do you take a day off sometimes, maybe?
Yes.
There's cheat days.
There's cheat days.
Yeah, like Sundays.
Holidays.
Holidays sometimes. It's because now most of the tournaments are towards the holidays, like Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yes.
No tamales. You like tamales?
You know, we give her cheat days, but it gets rough. I mean, you gotta stay on weight. So it's been pretty difficult this last few months, but we're doing okay.
Wow. Let's go to the live chat real quick. Linda Rose Post giving you a shout out. You know who that is? Amy Borunda.
That's Mama.
Oh, I'm here listening. She said she's listening, Dad. Right? And Linda Rose Post, again, just giving you a big shout out. So we got you, Mom. So it's hard to balance, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so you get a cheat day. Your parents give you a cheat day. That's great. Brothers, sisters?
2 brothers.
Yeah, and how are they doing with you in your boxing? Do they box?
My little brother boxes, but mainly to work out.
Okay. And I understand that your older brother was a college football player. Yeah? You want to give him a shout out to your brothers? Tell my brothers.
Hi.
There's always that rivalry of brothers and sisters, right?
Yeah. Especially with my younger brother.
Yeah?
He gets on my nerves.
He knows better.
Yeah. Wow, man. So it's hard. Tell us about your amateur boxing life. How many amateur fights do you got?
33 now.
You got 33. Okay. Travels and tournaments. Tell us.
Sometimes
Where you been?
It's rough.
Where you been?
Went to West Virginia, Salt Lake City, Utah.
Salt Lake City, Utah. West Virginia. Okay. And how did those go?
Great. The first time I went to Salt Lake, it was rough. That was one of my first tournaments.
A little bit nervous.
Yes,
A little bit. Okay.
really
You weren't
nervous.
unaware. And folks, from what I've known, and the dad, Renee told me, you've only been at it for 3 years. Wow. 3 years.
It's
So you
crazy.
started when you were 12.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. What else? Utah. And then you just went to Wisconsin,
Wisconsin.
where you met other El Pasoans and Las Cruces.
Yeah.
Want to give a shout out to them?
Shout out to you guys.
Yeah. I know we got some of the kids from our gym went over there. Andy Pettis was one of them from our gym.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we followed you guys. You know, we would see the tournament. Sometimes in the morning we were working. But we were there for you, man. And you did a great job. So besides Wisconsin, of course, you've traveled in Texas. Maybe you fought in Texas before?
Just mostly El Paso.
Maybe El Paso.
Yeah,
What about New
maybe.
Mexico?
Mostly in Albuquerque. That's
Albuquerque?
where I've had some of my first couple fights.
Okay.
And then this past 2 weekends ago, I actually fought in my hometown.
Yeah, and how was that?
It was awesome.
Well, we're going to go see you the next time. You know that. We're going to go support you.
Thank you.
All right. So 33 wins.
No.
How many wins and losses?
I think 24-9.
Okay, good. Not bad, right? And you know what? It's always, I'm not saying it's good to lose, but sometimes these losses, like in life, it teaches you something.
Yeah.
It teaches you how to lose.
Correct.
Kids now these days don't know how to lose. It teaches you character, right, Renee? Character, discipline, and hey, man, look, that remember the first time you lost? You know that feeling in your, the feeling and the taste in your mouth? And you always think of that. That's what I learned. You know, I don't want to feel like that no more. So
Yeah.
it just makes you go work harder, right? And folks, Ariana came today and she worked, and like I said, man, you hit a bag hard. You great skills on the shadow box. That was awesome. What has been one of your toughest fights so far?
When I moved up to 125, my current weight class, she was tough. It was the number 1 girl. So I had to fight like I don't normally fight that time.
So what do you mean, like you not normally fight?
Brawling. Like I
Oh.
had to fight inside most
So
of the time.
there goes your patience. There goes that discipline. You just had to brawl.
Yeah.
So why was it so tough?
I was a little nervous, and it was a new weight class.
New weight class?
Yeah.
So this father and daughter team dynamic duo, how does it work, man? Because you've heard that it just doesn't work. Sometimes in the past, even famous fighters and De La Hoya and his dad didn't work. I've seen other fighters with me and my son. We're harder on our kids. How is this working so far? And you can answer that, Renee. You can get that
Patience.
microphone over there.
Patience for sure.
Patience. You have a lot of patience, Renee.
Yeah, I do with her.
You learn to get
I've learned
patient.
to, yeah. So, I mean, she knows what needs to be done. Of course, she's going to go against it sometimes, just to go against it, like we were talking about earlier. She knows what work needs to be put in. So I don't really have to. We have our days. There's days that we get in the car and we don't speak all the way home, and
Because you're mad because she didn't do something.
Right. So I had to
Yeah,
learn,
Father, it's normal.
I had to learn to turn that off. The father coach thing, and I've worked on that, and I think I've gotten a little better.
And you said the right thing, Renee. Learn how to turn it off.
Learn how to turn it off.
And yeah, how does that work? That's hard, huh?
It's hard, but it's something that I had to do because I knew it was affecting our training, and it's still hard because there's days we want to talk about stuff, but I'd rather turn it off when we get in the car, and we'll bring it up again when training starts.
And, you just hey man, let's just eat dinner.
Yeah.
Let's get it over. Let's go to sleep. Tomorrow we're back at the gym,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So talking about being back at the gym, how do you? Is it Monday through Sunday, or do you take a day off?
Sunday, basically our day off.
Okay.
She's still got to get a little bit of cardio in.
Okay.
I tell her the earlier she gets up, the rest of the day's her.
Oh, okay, good. Go to the movies or something.
Yeah, whatever she wants to do, which is mostly sleep.
Yeah.
You know what? Now that we're in the topic of your days off, and then she goes run, then she has the days off, her whole day for herself. Has Las Cruces been supportive of her?
Definitely.
Good as a city.
As a city.
And I know the LBC.
has been
The
good
LBC is
for us.
great.
Our LBC's top notch. They're great.
Good, and a shout out to the LBC from New Mexico.
Definitely big shout
Who's the
out.
president?
Steve Garcia.
Steve Garcia.
Great
Big
guy.
shout out to you. And vice president.
I believe is it Yoruba?
I think so.
Okay, shout out to them as well. So the LBC's taking care of. But what about the city, man? You think the city's been supportive?
The
Can they do better?
Our blue collar has been real supportive.
Us.
Definitely, yes.
Our gyms and
Yes.
and folks, I've been to a couple of tournaments in Las Cruces, and that's when I saw you one time. We were at a park, and we had the ring was
Right.
under the canopy.
Right.
Oh, a canopy, man. And I remember seeing you. You guys do that, right? It was you guys.
It was I remember which one it is. They're not doing. I think someone else is in charge of that.
Okay. Great.
Pastor Isidro was in charge.
Great
of it
people,
before.
man. They treated us well, man.
Isidro's
Everybody,
a great guy.
everybody in Las Cruces, man, treating us with respect, man. So we like that, folks. And before we keep going, don't forget to go to Web Boxing Podcast 101 on social media, Facebook. We're going live. You can see Ariana and Renee right now live streaming here from Web Boxing 101, Warriors Edge Boxing Gym. So the city does support the boxing. They probably can do better, right?
They could do better.
They can do better.
Oh yeah.
Great. Let's go to the chats. Jenna Nicole said hi. Tree. Linda Rose posts. What gym does she train at?
House of Pain. We do House of Pain and Doniana.
He does House of Pain and Donna Anna Gym. That was for Linda Rose. Amy Borunda said they are great together. That's your wife. They are great together. Both push each other's buttons, but they always get the job done at the end. Great daddy and daughter combo. Big red heart.
Yeah.
Great, man. That's great, man. Great, man. You're gonna get Renee emotional here, man. Renee's a big guy, man. Cool. What a great story. It's great. And speaking of stories, guys, K Fox came out here and did a story on them. So it's gonna air on Sunday, but I'm gonna put it on my website, www.warriorsedgeboxing.com. The link will be there. I'll get all that information if you missed it. But he said Sunday, right, Renee?
Right, Sunday.
K Fox was here interviewing Ariana and getting some shots. It'll be a great story to see, and I'll put it on my social media also if you want to catch up on that. So going back to the city of Las Cruces, because I'm big on that, man. The venues and all that, and you said they've been kind of supportive, but they can do probably better, right?
Sure.
Like anything, right?
And boxing's got its pros and cons with everybody. So it's some people really like it still, and then there's another majority that's kind of pushed it to the side. So
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I mean, boxing is taking the back seat to a lot of things, right? So good. So we mentioned one of the toughest fights. Do you have a mentor, somebody that you look up to, Ariana?
My dad.
Wow, your dad, right? You look up to him. Can you tell us why? Not just because he's your dad, but why?
Because he's able to just push me hard. And he doesn't...
Tell us. Tell us why he's your mentor. Because he pushes you hard, right?
Yeah. And even though we do push each other's buttons, at the end of the day, I know he's just really supportive of me, and I know he's going to do whatever he can to get me to where I want to be. And I look up to that because that's like selflessness.
What a great thing, right, Renee? I mean, the mentor is you, man. The daughter, and like I said, the dynamic duo, daughter and son, and you look at them together, guys. It's awesome, man. Good people, man. Good people from Las Cruces, man. You're obviously a successful amateur boxer with 33 plus, and we talked to Las Cruces crews that supported you. How about your fans, man? You got fans over there that support you?
Yeah, my family. I have a really big family.
Your family?
Yeah.
If you can change one thing about your local boxing program, Ariana, what would it be? Your local boxing program in Las Cruces, what would it be?
Just bringing in more girls and just helping them come up too. Because I know there's some girls who have the potential, but they're not being pushed as hard as I know they can be.
Is there enough girl fighters out there, Renee?
Definitely.
Yeah, there is.
You go to these big tournaments now, the national tournaments, there's a few. So,
there's a few.
Yeah, it's getting bigger.
At the JO Nationals, they had the most females they've ever had.
And did we say how many? Was it 30? No,
you're averaging per weight class easy a good 20, 15,
wow.
20 girls a weight class.
No.
You know, the smaller weight classes are smaller. There's less.
Like at least 10.
Do you think that as a fighter that you are, right? Do you think that you really have to leave the city or and travel as far as Wisconsin to get exposure?
I don't think so.
You don't think so, Renee?
I don't think so. I think some of these tournaments could be closer. But
what happens? That's the problem, man.
They bid them out. They bid out the tournaments.
Do you think El Paso, with the help of Las Cruces, hand to hand, can host a ringside tournament, title boxing tournament, national tournament?
Definitely. Albuquerque did. If Albuquerque can do it, El Paso can do it.
Well, what's the problem?
I think it comes down to city council.
The city. Exactly.
And, it's up to them at the end of the day what's going to happen in their city.
Yeah, you're right. You know that there's about to be and I'm not going to pronounce it correctly. I don't really know the name. There's going to be a wrestling tournament. I think it's a wrestling MMA big tournament here in El Paso. Huge, man, in the convention center.
Okay.
You know what they're going to have? All the contact sports to include karate, judo, but no boxing.
Wow.
No boxing. No boxing ring there. They're going to have the mats. They're going to have the cage. I think they're even going to have some type of... it's karate. Karate, MMA, all that, but no boxing.
Cover all the martial arts. Basically.
There you go. And no boxing.
They can host that. They could definitely host
and
national tournament.
It's huge. I mean, we were talking to Cristobal from the 10th Planet. I think he had mentioned it too. Great guy from the 10th Planet here in El Paso. Great gym too. He's a big fan of the podcast show. And he was mentioning it. And then I just saw it too on social media that's going to be a big tournament. But kind of sad, no boxing.
What do you think of all the money? A national tournament bringing a bunch of, a lot of revenue to the city.
And you know what? Also, folks, I mean, it just takes a lot of people don't know the behind the scenes. We've done the Clash of the Titans for 10 years. There's just so much work behind the scenes, man, that we took this year off. I mean, we went out with the bang last year, bringing Mikey Garcia to our show. But we've generated so much money for that, but we've wasted a lot of money as well. Not wasted, but we've showcased some good fighters. But I'm always gonna say this, man. I'm gonna really push hard to make a big tournament here, or one of these days run our Golden Gloves. And right now we're in the process of me trying to be the president of the El Paso Boxing Hall of Fame, where I'm gonna get people like you there when it's the right time. Right now, it's in not disarray. It's just that Thomas McKay has been ill, and he's the one that started it. Another great individual in El Paso, but he just can't run it no more. And they've been looking at hopefully me run it. But you know what? You know what makes everything work? Meeting the right people like you guys, meeting the right connections like you guys. You know, that's what makes it work. Going back, Amy Buranda said we need more support for female boxers. Times have changed, and these girls are showing what they can do. You are right, Ms. Borunda. They are showing it at the amateur levels and pro levels. And please don't forget to invite us out there, right?
Oh, no, definitely.
Please.
Next show, we were talking about a show that's going to be coming up. Definitely hope you guys get out there.
Let us know, Renee. We'll be there.
Definitely.
And we can go out there. We can even do a live show for the podcast out there.
You go announce it. I'm going to throw your name in there.
And you know what? He said that it was Vado Speedway, New Mexico. I know we have a. Speaking of Vado Speedway, New Mexico, we're sponsoring a car, Brandon Shure, number 21, going to be racing Warriors Edge logo on the wings. That is so cool. I have it on my social media. You can see that little sprint car. Linda Rose Hernandez said, "What are your thoughts about bare knuckles fighting?"
I don't think it's worth it, honestly.
Short career.
You know, Paulie Maldonado just fought there.
Yeah. I watched it.
What do you think of bare knuckles fighting?
I mean, hey, it's more power to him, man, but that is a very short career.
Do you think MMA is a short career?
I think so.
Right? You don't see the long-term champions because it's so brutal?
Right. It's a brutal sport.
So-
My hat's off to them, man. It's a brutal sport, and you got some people that are just real good at it, but I can't see it being long-term, you know.
Do you think that, I mean, I'm not going to compare them both, but the bare knuckles boxing or bare knuckles fighting, do you think it's going to last?
That one's hard to say. People like to watch fights.
It's ingrained in our culture.
It is. But
Right.
I'm surprised they have as many people in it as they do.
Right.
You know?
I'm surprised Paulie took a fight.
Well, he don't like to get hit, so
And he got hit.
you know he got
hit, right?
got beat up.
So that's for sure. And so for me, bare knuckles fighting, I wouldn't watch it. I mean, I've never watched it. I know what it is, but I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of that. It's not that I'm insulting any type of martial arts, mixed martial arts, karate, bare knuckles. I just rather watch just boxing.
Right.
You know, boxing is again a lot of tradition, a great upbringing with boxing, and I grew up watching boxing. I remember growing up and watching the lights of Julio Cesar Chavez Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., Juan Manuel Marquez, one of my favorite fighters, Arturo Gotti, Mickey Ward. Just remember HBO.
Well, I remember fights when you could be on Channel 9.
Yeah.
Go to Channel 9 and you could watch it.
Channel 9, and now BBC tried to do that,
Right.
and they're trying to do it. And then also remember Friday Night Fights,
Friday Night Fights.
Joe Tessasori. You like Teddy Atlas?
Yeah.
He's a character.
Yeah, he needs to stay away from commentating.
Wow. So we need more support from the cities and area. You heard it, folks. But like I said, we're trying to we're making strides to getting that support from everybody, right? So you would just change, Ariana, going back to you, how you would just change to get more female boxers out there, right?
Yeah.
Right. Inviting. Does any of your friends fight?
No.
No. What do they tell you what do you tell them? Oh, you're crazy. I'm not gonna fight.
Yeah, like, does it hurt, or like, what do you have to do? And just a lot of people don't like working out or being hit.
Put the work in you, right?
Yeah.
That's the work.
You know what? Something that is I want to ask you, and I'm going to rewind you because we talked about your school already. So when there's a tournament and you're enrolled in school, do you how does that work? I mean, of course you ask permission and they're okay with it. So your school has been very supportive.
Yes,
Yeah.
we started the beginning of the year. We go straight to the counselor.
Oh, and tell them.
We give her the dates, and we let her know these are 8 days per tournament that we're not going to be here. So they agree to work with us and get us to work prior to tournament or right after.
Wow, and you know, Renee, and then we mentioned too that the tournaments are a week long, and it's again, it can be hard on the pocket, right?
Definitely.
I mean, it's worth it. Of course, it's your kid. Of
Right.
course, it's worth it. But it's hard, huh?
Oh, definitely.
And you said
Financial-wise, it is.
the LBCs are there. Have you gotten any sponsors? Is sponsors hard to come by?
We do pretty good with sponsors, but we also we do more fundraising.
What kind of fundraisers do you
sell
do?
Ball caps, car washes. I mean, whatever it takes to get the money to go to these
Good.
tournaments, we're going to do.
Good. Well,
Because without them, you know, we don't make it to that top level. You have to go to these big
good.
tournaments. to be
Well,
at the top
and you know what? Whatever we can do to help you,
level. Thank you.
we have a facility. You have a facility here in El Paso. You have a home here in El Paso. And every cruising by, if you want to come train here, I know it's far out, but if you want to come and train here, you're more than welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you guys are more than welcome to be here. So, any future tournaments? Tell us about your future tournaments, Ariana. What's going on? Tell us any future tournaments that you're going to be part of in the next year.
So, of course, the international tournament in Poland.
And that's going to be in Poland. Have you ever flown 14 hours in a plane?
No.
Really?
Most is 2.
Wow.
Or,
Yeah, it's
you know.
going to be rough.
Man, when I go to South America, I travel 13, 14 hours at a time. Man, you're tall. I don't want to scare you, man, but man, those seats are not made for tall people like me and your.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah.
going to sit where I need the big room. Yeah.
Yeah, get an aisle.
I'm small too, so it's fine.
Get an aisle. So you're going to be on a plane to Poland. That's going to be a great venture for you, right? Make sure you let us know. Take pictures, upload them, so we can talk to you about the podcast. Okay?
Yeah.
So you're going to Poland. When are you going to Poland?
So I'll leave in August to camp first, and then we'll do
Where's camp at?
Colorado Springs.
Colorado. Are you going with anybody from here?
Kayla.
Oh,
Gomez.
Kayla. Yeah, she was on our show already.
Definitely.
That's right. Kayla will be
Yeah,
going.
She's our sparring partner. She's one of our good sparring
Great. Okay, so you go to camp. How long is camp?
That'll be 10 days.
10 days.
So then from there we'll leave September 5th.
From Colorado.
Yeah.
Dad, you're going with her, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then they give us 3 days just to adjust to the climate, whatever.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then
it's a horrible time change.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
acclimate,
I
definitely.
think
Of course.
it's like 8 hours ahead. And I think September 8th is
Okay.
the start of the tournament. So then that'll be like one of our national tournaments a
Okay.
week long. And then we'll hopefully
So, okay, hopefully. So let me ask you a question. So what happens after these tournaments? What happens to Ariana if you win it? Do you
Definitely gold medal.
gold medal? Then
Right.
she's
And,
advancing?
you know, it should open doors for us.
Of course
You know,
it's gonna
it should-
open
it
doors.
should, definitely. You know, it's going to come down. Hopefully, that allows them to invite her to more tournaments, international tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, we have a Gene Lewis tournament in Phoenix in October, the last chance qualifier in Oxnard, California.
Wow.
November.
So you're ready to go on those.
And December is the national championships in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
And you're going over there.
Yeah, we're busy till the end of the
I
year.
guess Wisconsin was the farthest. Well, Poland now,
Well,
but
Poland definitely now.
definitely, right?
Actually, West Virginia has been the farthest. That was 28 hours, so
And you drove?
we drove.
Good. All right, so those are the future tournaments coming up. That's what we got to look forward to, right? You're looking forward for
Yeah.
that, to getting out there and training. So there you have it, folks. It's been a pleasure to have Ariana. We're wrapping up the show now. Any more live chats? We're still live here on Web Boxing 101 podcast. We look forward, Ariana, to seeing you in the future. We wish you nothing but the best. God bless you. We've always said anything you do in life, put God first. And you're blessed to have such great parents. Your dad's a real nice guy, man. And you're a real nice girl, man. So, look, man, from the bottom of my heart, me and my wife at Warrior's Edge, my 3 sons, and here at the family of Webb, we wish you nothing but the best luck, the best of everything. Nothing but good vibes go for you. And you'll always have a home here at Warrior's Edge. If you ever want to stop by and train, come on by. And we want to have you for sure when you come back from Poland on the show. Would that be good?
yes.
Yeah. Any last things you want to tell the folks from Las Cruces, your mom, your friends? We never asked you about your friends. I don't know, girlfriends and boyfriends. I don't know.
I just appreciate everyone so much, especially you guys here for letting me do the podcast.
Yeah,
and
man. Anytime.
be in your gym, which is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, I just appreciate everyone because it's not easy doing this sport.
It's
And
not.
anything that people help me with, which is support or money or anything. It's awesome. So thank
Good.
you.
There you have it, folks. Renee, any last words?
We're going to do our best to make you guys proud.
Yeah.
We're going to bring home that gold medal.
Right, we're going to bring home that gold medal. A big shout out there, everybody. Remember that. She will bring the gold medal, folks. And also, remember, we're going to be going, K-Fox will be airing this story, the interview to Ariana, and it's going to be airing on Sunday. I'll get the link. I'll post it on www.warriorsedgeboxing.com. Get ready for that. And just visit us on Webboxing 101. Like us, guys, and follow the podcast. We have news stories of boxing at both amateur and pro. Upcoming events like the one in Valle, New Mexico, which we're definitely will be there. It's a Pro-Am, the Johnny Tapia Invitational, I think it's called. I'll put the fight poster up there. Renee just hooked it up with it. And do that. And also, real quick, guys, July 27th here at Warriors Edge Boxing, we have the license to carry courses. If you are interested, call me at 915-740-4744. And also, Texas Law Shield will be at hand. So if you're interested in all that, guys, just, again, you can visit us on the website or on the social media. It's been a great show. Ariana, thank you again. Renee, thank you for coming to the gym. Folks, thanks for staying up with us here on this Thursday. It's been a pleasure having you. And like I've always said before we sign off, remember, anything you do in life, you always put God first. This has been the podcast. This has been Tree. Have yourselves a wonderful week. Enjoy Thurman Pacquiao this Saturday live from NGM Grand. We'll see you later.
Five, four, three, two, 1, 0. Five, four, three, two, 1,